to shift if I can to another topic. Is Kamala's VP. I watched your video on this morning, and I agree with most of what you've said. She truly is stuck. Like, she has to take Shapiro or the guy from Arizona.
Kelly.
But both of them are bad for her. There's a neither of them are a slam dunk.
There is on the short list that apparently has been built. There's really no good option. That's the whole point. Shapiro, again, people out there, I'm not trying to be bigoted or anything. I'm just, focusing on analytics. Shapiro is Jewish. That's going to alienate her from some of the core voting blocks in Minnesota and Michigan that she's currently enjoying a boon with.
Correct.
With Mark Kelly, he's being dogpiled as well. Waltz is a far leftist. Buttigieg would be absolutely slam-a-jammed by Vance in a debate over the East Palestine debate. Who on this list is a good? It's basically like choosing the lesser of evils.
Andy Beshear is probably like the
Nobody
safest.
Cares.
Yeah, like they say right now, at least according to Polymarket, they have Tim Walz on here, which would be a bit of a wild card.
She might actually be crazy enough to choose him too. Yeah. I think Fetterman and a few others, they were going against Shapiro.
Yes,
and I
Fetterman
think the squad loves Waltz for some reason.
Yeah, she's got a real problem because I think that Kamala more closely aligns with the squad.
Yeah.
Which more closely aligns with hating Jews.
Yeah.
This is not me casting my opinions upon them. If you want to know how the squad feels about Jews, let them tell you.
Look up Elon Omar Jews.
Yeah. I'm not saying anything like this is, I mean, we're speaking in analytics. First of all, Kamala is married to a Jew. If you don't think that matters to Muslims in Michigan, it does.
Yeah.
Then if she picks a Jewish VP, if you don't think that matters to Muslims in Minnesota and Michigan, it does.
And also consider the 4chan, shit posting.
The ship posting, obviously also you have
Happy Merchant memes and everything else.
Yeah. And I mean, quite frankly, the Democrats do not want to be closely aligned with Israel. And unless you're Fetterman.
Or Jews in general, they want their votes, but they don't give a fuck about them.
Right. They want their votes and they don't want any of the flack that comes with backing Israel. This is what we talked about, I think, last Wednesday. Like Trump, like I don't care. Like every time we talk about quote unquote the Jews, I just wait for it to start in chat. I don't have any problem with Jewish people. I am not.
Some of their food is great.
Yeah, I mean, their policy, this, that, and the other thing we can discuss. Zionism we can discuss, but what I'm talking about is the woke left, which is probably 5 to 10% of the left. I don't think they vote for Kamala Harris if she picks Shapiro. She might.
I think that she loses votes in the most critical of places if she chooses Shapiro. Kelly is the safe choice. Yeah, he's being dogpiled a bit, but there's less to criticize from the far left perspective.
He did, however, tweet something out this morning that basically said he wasn't doing it. It was like he tweeted and then deleted. Yeah, he tweeted out something like, my job right now is to help the people of Arizona. And then he deleted it.
So if it's not Kelly, it's almost certainly Shapiro.
Yeah, and just
Waltz would be a distant second. If she chooses Waltz, then the left will love her. But then she might, by God, she might lose some of the moderates.
Well, and like you said too, in your video this morning, Buttigieg has, of all the people on this list, he has the most cachet. But
I would choose Buttigieg if I was Kamala.
I think
yes, it's a double id poll ticket, but he's well spoken. He's in the right age range.
Yep.
Everything about him, he's been. You're already tied to the administration, so the fact that he's tied to the administration doesn't really mean as much.
Yeah, and
I would choose Buttigieg.
If you're like a normie and you're like, oh, I remember that name. Like people know his name. That shit matters.
Yeah.
And that's why Trump picked JD Vance. And that's why he
Mhm.
didn't pick an unknown. It was like JD Vance is a known quantity, in particular in the Midwest. He can handle himself in a debate. He can
I liked
handle
it
the
when they were saying, well, maybe he'll swap out JD Vance for someone else.
why. Yeah, why?
Yeah, that
He's
would be
been
a great decision.
Yeah, I mean, people we both agree there may have been better picks, but there's nothing wrong with JD Vance. He's young. He's out on the campaign trail grinding it. He's a good soldier. He's fine.
He's obviously effective because they have to do wall of propaganda against him now too, not just Trump. You know why they cast him off is they're trying to astroturf the term weird. They're doing that for a reason.
Yes.
It's not because he's genuinely weird. It's
Yeah.
because they're trying to brand him. And
It's not sticking either.
They should get out ahead of it.
Yeah. Yeah, he should just own it, by the way. Weird's not really that big of a thing to be
What's
called.
wrong with being weird?
Yeah.
What
By the
were
way,
you,
the left used to
popular-
call
the high
that
school, the cheerleader girl in high school.
Well, the left used to wear that as a badge of honor. Like when I
Yeah.
lived in Louisville, there was always all these signs that said "Keep Louisville weird." Like they wanted to like keep a lot of this quirky culture and stuff like that.
Oh, if he tweets out something like "Keep Austin weird" or "Keep San Francisco weird" or something like that, I'd faint laughing.
Right, that's what I mean. Like it would be great. So Andy Bashir just dropped down to less than 1, and Tim Walz just bumped up. Yeah, Tim Walz would probably be an okay pick. Buttigieg, I think, is the Democrats' Tulsi. He's not getting picked because, as I will say, we speak in generalities here. I don't have any problem if you're a dude who wants to bone another dude. If you're both adults, doesn't bother me.
Here's the problem.
How's that
though.
going over in the union?
Here's the problem with the predictions with regards to this, though. It seems like Kamala Harris actually is sort of calling the shots in her own campaign.
Yep, I agree with that.
Unlike Joe Biden. So if she happens to take a liking to one of these people and just gets along with them more, she might choose them with to complete irrelevance to what her staff and her advisors tell her. That's really the problem. It's like with Joe Biden. Okay, he's demented. The people behind the show are malevolent, but at the very least, they're coherent. He can't even change his own socks. With Kamala Harris, we know that she's capable of making her own decisions. And that's actually much more frightening.
And apt to do so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think she is going to
I'm going to be one of the big boys.
Yeah. I'm going to pick who I want to pick. And it's going to be one of these old white guys.
Or Buttigieg. He's a middle-aged white guy, admittedly.
Buttigieg, baby buying Buttigieg is a possibility. I think it's a long shot. I think it's going to be Shapiro.
Probably.
Because Kamala can't win without Pennsylvania. But if you look, Shapiro has some baggage too. Like the woman who stabbed herself 30 times and that he ruled a suicide.
Oh yeah. Did everyone see that case? That is one weird. That's weirder than that dude who supposedly shot himself twice in the face after being the lawyer for the Clintons.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Seth Rich, right? Or
No, that wasn't Seth Rich. That was
the guy in the park, right? He was like in the park, and what was his name?
Supposedly he shot himself in the back of the head, and then he managed to do it several more times.
Yeah.
This happens to Clinton friends on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I mean, it's never happened anywhere else, but like, yeah. Indie Dog says we still have the saying "Keep Louisville weird." Yeah. I think Shapiro. There's that cover up, and then I think Shapiro also cheated on his wife.
I don't know anything about that.
When she was pregnant, I don't think that shit actually matters to voters.
No.
I mean, look at all the stuff that they said about Trump, and most of it was true. And
Look,
nobody cared.
I'm much more interested in, hey, are you going to start a war or something?
Yeah.
Like that?
Shapiro also, from what I tell, is not like an Israel first guy. He is Jewish, but he's not like a.
He's more like a Bernie, yeah.
Yeah. So
Bernie's like, well, I happen to be Jew, but I stand with the people of Palestine.
Like, okay. Yeah, right. Yeah. Vince Foster.
Yeah, Foster. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, the cheating stuff doesn't matter. Everyone knows politicians are garbage people. Yeah, I think so too. Just like when they brought up the, Trump serial marriages and all this stuff, even back then I said nobody cares. So what he said, they let you grab them by the whatevers. Nobody cares. Everyone knows that politicians are dirtbags. Like it doesn't
Everyone
really
knows
matter.
that the average person has had indiscretions in their relationships anyway.
Not just politicians, right?
Yeah.
Everybody knows somebody, or somebody, did it themselves.
Hey, dude, did I tell you I hooked up at the bar last night? But you're married.
Right.
Well, yeah, but it was really great.
Yeah, rings don't close holes is what people say apparently. But is there a VP pick Kamala can make that actually helps her? Or is Trump right that VP picks really just don't matter?
I would go with Kelly, because Kelly is less under fire than Shapiro from certain elements of the party.
Yeah.
He has less name recognition, which is actually a good thing. And he seems relatively well-spoken. I would go with Kelly if I were her.
Now, according
but it seems like people are not predicting that that's going to be the case. I think Shapiro is, he's all right, but
he'll be like the Vance pick, where it's like, yep, they picked it because they need to win Pennsylvania. Like but with JD Vance did not hurt Trump. Shapiro may actually hurt Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think
he's got some baggage. He's Jewish. It's not great for her party.
Yeah. I mean, when the murder question comes out, they're going to have to counter with conspiracy theory.
Yeah, right.
That'll be fun to see them circling wagons around that.
Yeah, I mean, Reuters is reporting that it's either Tim Walz or Josh Shapiro. And I mean, I don't know. Look at Tim Walz's face. I don't think
I don't know. I think she probably leans towards Walz.
He's more left, right? He's more progressive.
If she wants to wine and dine the young left voters, she goes with Walz. If she wants to run a standard campaign, she goes with Shapiro.